This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I think I need to restate what I was talking about yesterday or the day before yesterday. I don't know, remember. It's the Gambian edition, so we're going to get it in. About Errol Spence. What people don't understand about Errol Spence is this guy is basically using what we call alpha economics. To sit here and say that Errol the True Spence is ducking Terence Crawford or Errol the True Spence don't want no free smoke, you don't know nothing about boxing. You're not using what's called the true boxing eye test. He is the new WBC and IBF welterweight champion. So this means that he has the A side equation. You know what I'm saying? Just like in DC, you know what I'm saying, in the comic books, when Darkseid wanted to finally trump Superman. By the way, Superman is my favorite character. Remember, He Knows the Sport is a true alpha, so he only deals with true alpha economics. When you look at Superman, right, and the iteration and the variation thereof, when Superman told Darkseid, you guys remember this was in the Justice League Unlimited. You know, I'm always holding back, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, you know what I'm saying, always thinking in my mind that I need to control myself. But for 1 second, I need to cut loose. And you saw when he cut loose, Darkseid got that Goku. You saw that. Superman went straight Goku on him. He was dropping blows on him, dropping straight napalms on him, basically hitting him with planetary devastation blows. But Darkseid had to use the anti-life equation. That was the only way for him to trump Superman. That's why he was able to put Superman in that, what we call, lock. Because even when he doubled his strength, Superman was still able to take it to him. That's how powerful Superman is. By the way, people need to understand that. Remember, Superman had to be dumbed down. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all need to do y'all research. Silver Age Superman, they don't have that no more. He had to be dumbed down. But anyways, I'm drawing all of this to say that Errol the True Spence is Silver Age Superman. He's the true alpha equation. You're going to need that anti-life equation to be able to nullify Errol the True Spence. Terence Crawford don't have that. So as him being the B-side that he is basically doing what I said that he was going to do. Like a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. This is why the YouTube world needs He Knows the Sport, because I always bring everybody down to their truest and their most properest levels. I come in cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller fashion. And the ultimate truth teller that I am, just like Errol the True Spence is the truth in the ring, again, the Gambian edition, is you guys have to understand, Errol the True Spence is telling the truth when he says Bob has to talk to Uncle Al. Terence Crawford could do whatever he wants. He serves a master. His master is Bob Arum. Remember, his WBO belt, what does it mean? What Bob orders. So whatever Bob says, that's what happens. So Terence Crawford can say whatever you want. But when Errol the True Spence was trying to teach you guys alpha economics, you're going to sit here and say that he's the B word. Does that make any sense? Again, Budman fans don't know where to stand because Terence Crawford blatantly ducked Sean Porter. And you guys don't know how to detour from that. But He Knows the Sport. Like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I apply what? Unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes, and I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks of these Rudy Poo and these plum brain ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. So we have to bring it right back. So you guys want to fall off. You want to let these pandering narrative coalitions, you want to let these detractors, you want to let these AKA reverse bias fans steer you off with their masterful dupery. But He Knows the Sport is 7 steps ahead of the game. Remember, I'm the New Age Sun Tzu, a.k.a. Art of War. So being 7 steps ahead of the game and the super chess player that I am, Grandmaster Edition, I'm always able to reel you guys back into the true alpha economics, just like Errol the True Spence. This fight is not going to happen unless Bob Arum and Al Heyman deems it so. So Terence Crawford could do this all he wants, but he had to humble himself. And you guys still didn't understand. Terence Crawford came back and said, Errol the True Spence is a cool dude. I'm not going to lie, but the fight will be made. You know why? Because he understood as the B-side equation, if he wants this fight to happen, higgity hush, humble thyself, and understand that Errol the True Spence lords over you. That's why I told you guys, Terence Crawford has to crawl, not walk, crawl to the damn negotiation table. Because of the fact that him and Bomac, these Negroes don't know how to count their money. And when you don't know how to count your money in that variation, in that facet, crawl your ass to the negotiation table. Especially when you're not willing to do no damn heavyweight lifting. You want to get out of the bed, don't brush your teeth, and just run into a super fight. Does that make any sense to you? You dodo hits. Brain full of mush and brainwash follows. But Errol the True Spence is supposedly the B word. Don't make me laugh, dog. This is what I told you guys about reverse bias, aka panders, aka folks that are trying to detract you away from the cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth. But in truth-telling fashion, what is rendered here? What's rendered is that Errol the Truth Spence lords over the welterweight division. And without him, the division went from the most exciting to the most boring. Now, guess what? It's the most exciting division in boxing once again. You know why? Because he re-brought his interest back into the sport. So instead of Terence Crawford sitting there trying to go after a guy that's just getting out of temporary sabbatical or injured reserve, why not fight Sean Porter? Why duck that free smoke? Why? You see what I'm saying? Because he doesn't want to be tested, because Bob Arum understands the beta role that Terence Crawford plays. He's 2 fights away from being irrelevant or obsolete. They know this, especially after the exposure of Mean Machine. This is why Bob Arum's pushing for the Errol the Truth Spence fight, because he knows it's a cash-out fight. Bob Arum does not care about Terence Crawford. He didn't care about Tyson Fury. He just cares that these guys get mangled, but he gets paid. That's what he cares about. He doesn't care that they lose. As long as he gets paid, just like Manny Pacquiao, when Floyd Mayweather beat the snot out of him via a boxing clinic, didn't care about that. But he robbed Manny Pacquiao blind, right? And that's why Manny Pacquiao ran his rabbit ass to where? Al Heyman. And that's why he's getting paid. This is what people need to understand when you're thinking about the equation between Errol the Truth Spence and Terence Crawford. Errol Spence is the A-side equation. So because he's the A-side equation, he gets the alpha economics on how to govern and decide how this fight is going to happen. If Terence Crawford is saying the fight is going to be made, that means he humbled thyself, crawled his ass to the negotiation table, and now he understands that he's going to be at highest 40%. To Errol the Truth Spence 60%. This is the way the super fight is going to happen. There's no other way it's going to happen. But Errol the Truth Spence ducking him when he looked at the man dead in his face as a grown-ass man and said, "You too light on your ass. I will straight up stop you." Not, but 3. Remember, the number 3 is for what? Confirmation. This is Hino's Sport. Checking out.